When I was 12 years old, I used to hang around with a group of people who smoked and who vaped, and their parents allowed it. 12, 13 years old, right? My father, he smoked and then vaped. So obviously you're going to say no when you're offered, because my parents were against it. I didn't live with my father, but my mother was very against it. Was very against anyone vaping or smoking. So I said no. I said, I don't vape, blah, blah, whatever. And I'd still hang around with the same group of friends because they were my friends. And a lot of people would relate to that. And every single day they'd light up a fag or they'd take a pull off a vape and they'd ask you, do you want to pull off this? And every day you'd keep saying, no, I don't, whatever. But then, one day, eventually, you say, yeah, okay, I'll take a shot. So you take a shot. And then one day, you keep taking more shots, then again after that. And it keeps happening and happening and happening, right? And eventually it gets to a stage where you start buying them yourself. So you buy them yourself, or you get someone to buy them for you because you're too young, right? And then you're smoking, you're vaping, blah, blah, blah. Now you're addicted to nicotine. You think, it's not like I'm going to want to give it up anyway. So you are like, okay, so you get deeper and deeper into this hole, and now you are reliant on nicotine. There's so many people who can relate to that. I'm 100% certain of that. A lot of people regret the day they ever started consuming any nicotine product. Right? So this is how I plan to quit vaping. Now, a little disclaimer that I am a very healthy person. I don't eat seed oils. I eat a very healthy diet. I exercise every day. I don't drink. And I do everything I do everything right, except for the fact that I vape. And as I said, I was 12, 13 when I started, and it was the worst thing I ever done. And now that I'm very health conscious, I am so annoyed at myself for ever getting into it in the first place. So I've decided, so there was times in the past where obviously I decided, oh yeah, I'm going to quit, and then I never do. Right? Or I don't try hard enough. So this time I've decided it's time. It's time to nip it in the bud once and for all. I'm letting everybody here know to keep me accountable. Not that this is going to get that many views anyway, but you know what I mean, right? Yeah. The first stage of the plan is to buy and read the book Easy Way to Quit Vaping by Alan Carr. Right? Then I will follow exactly what the book says, and then I'll listen to a Huberman podcast on quitting vaping and other YouTube videos I will use to assist me, right? I'll follow all the actionable steps, and from there I should be completely vape and smoke free. I think that sounds like a very straightforward plan, don't you? See, a lot of people are going to go cold turkey, right? But cold turkey doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Well, you see, they say after about 2 weeks of going cold turkey, you just fall back again. So the easy way to quit vaping, they literally walk you through step by step how to quit it, and even prepare you for life without it, tell you about the withdrawal symptoms, etc., make you aware of it, and then the more you're aware of it, the easier it should be. Now, it needs a lot of willpower, but you also need the genuine deep desire to want to do it. You'll never do anything that you don't want to do. So the first thing is you genuinely need to want. You have to need to want to quit it before you quit it. And as I said, I'm 20 now. Started when I was 12 or 13. Like, you wouldn't think it, but at 20 years of age, I've been vaping for 12 years. So, the reason I come on here to explain my plan is seriously to ask anyone who's watching this that vapes, smokes, or does weed to quit alongside me. It is an addiction that not only costs you your health, but it also costs you financially, because you have to feed that bad habit and feed that addiction by buying more. And it's not a cheap habit, and it's not a cheap addiction. No addiction is cheap, to be honest with you, but you know what I mean. Like, people who smoke are completely aware of the health risks that are associated with smoking, right? Like, they genuinely are. You're aware of it tires up your lungs. It tires up your lungs. It gives you risk of lung cancer, etc., etc. Everybody knows, right? It knocks about 10, 20 years off your life. But the interesting thing is vaping is only new, right? So there's actually not much research out about it. So we don't know what the health risks are involving it. We don't know what the long-term consequences of anybody using a vape is, because it's only brand new. So you don't want to be a lifelong vapor, especially if you're very health conscious, and if you're watching these types of videos, you surely frickin' are. If you're subscribed to my channel, you really are. If you subscribe to some of the people I listen to, you are most definitely health conscious. You wouldn't want to hang around with anybody that's doing these habits. You wouldn't want to date a girl, or you wouldn't want to date a male who's vaping, smoking, or addicted to weed. Like, I know I wouldn't. But there's one thing we can say for sure, and that's that vaping is 100% without a doubt so much worse for you than smoking is. And as I said, we all know the health risks involved in smoking. So if vaping is worse than that, then what is going to actually come out about vaping? The health risks involved in smoking are a high risk of a stroke, heart disease, cancer, type 2 diabetes, and of course, it can cause infertility in both males and females. So if that's the consequences of smoking long term, what's the risk of vaping? This is me imploring people to join me on this journey, to quit alongside me, and to start this journey with me, because at the end of the day, you want to be an incredibly healthy in every aspect of your life, and just having vices in general that control you, because everybody has their vices, but you should be in control of your vices. They shouldn't be controlling you. It'll lessen your life quality, and it ultimately makes you a slave to your vices. And at the end of the day, do you control your life, or does something else control it? You should be in control of your life. So if you have been thinking of quitting vaping or smoking, I'm going to bring out a video every time I learn something new about it, and we can do this alongside each other. I'll see you tomorrow.